In the first scene of Mirzapur Season 3, Robin arrives to find Ramakant incarcerated. He buys off the on-duty police officer and takes in a number of law-related publications. Robin begs Ramakant to defend himself in court and return to his family, who are defenseless without him, on Dimpy's behalf. Robin is asked by Ramakant to ensure that Guddu stays out of the case. In his absence, he asks the boy to watch out for his family. Sharad, on the other hand, informs Kaileen that Mana has passed away when they meet. Angry, Kaileen questions why Sharad attempted to save him in spite of their feud with Sharad's family. Sharad informs Kaileen that in order for him to succeed to the kingdom of Mirzapur, he must go back there. By demonstrating to Kaileen who is in charge, he incites him to take down Guddu. Shakuntala, Sharad's mother, instructs her son to make sure that the people of Mirzapur are aware of Kaileen's survival as a result of his intervention. She requests that Sharad succeed Mana as king of Mirzapur. In the interim, Bharat phones Golu to discuss the passing of his twin, Shat. Even though Shat had developed feelings for her, Golu assures Bharat that she was not to blame for his passing. Golu accepts Bharat's challenge after she is threatened with punishment for what she has done. Guddu hears complaints from the public at the Tripathi house and gives them financial support. The people chant Guddu's praises. Golu strikes a deal with the opium dealers inside, but Guddu appears and declines to do business with them. Golu agrees to the terms of the agreement, but requests that the brokers accept her consignment pricing. At that moment, Satya phones Golu to ask her to make financial arrangements so she can meet J.P. Yadav. At his home, I.G. Dubey talks with Home Minister Solanki in the interim. The two watch a news clip showing Madhuri speaking to the public as the Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister. Madhuri pledges to compensate every victim of the attack at the bodybuilding competition with 10 lakh rupees. She adds that Solanki will handle the settlement money and that Dubey has been suspended from the police service. Dubey and Solanki both question why they are being brought into Madhuri's situation. P.A. Madhuri receives advice from Anand to get in touch with her through J.P. Yadav, who used to set up financial support for her. According to Anand, Madhuri ought to make an effort to keep her public persona pure. Madhuri declines to ask her uncle, who is hiding, for assistance. Madhuri is asked by Anand to hunt for alternative funding sources. She consents to meet with Sharad. Sharad gives Madhuri a joint to smoke during the meeting so she may unwind a little. After smoking the joint, Madhuri informs Sharad that she needs money from him. According to Sharad, allowing Lala bail would guarantee that the drug trade was operating well, which would assist her in getting the money she needed. Madhuri provides Lala with a solution to his predicament and declines to grant him bail. Lala meets Ramakant in jail and tries to work out a deal with him. Ramakant asserts that he is a man of his values and declines to comply with Lala. Lala warns Ramakant that he will quickly abandon his morals if he is behind bars for an extended period of time. In the meantime, Jerua, a man who hates attorneys and has a history of murdering them, assigns Ramakant to jail work with him. Bharat is playing with his daughter Ginny at the Tyagi residence. He declines his wife Saloni's request for Ginny and Bharat to go to bed. When Bharat's mother Geeta requests him to stay home and spend some time with family, he is ready to leave for work. Bharat feels uncomfortable as Saloni wants to make love to him in bed. Saloni becomes agitated when he receives a call from the brothel. Bharat attempts to soothe Saloni, but she appears perplexed by the call. Saloni says that Ginny is glad that Bharat was treating their daughter kindly and that she misses her uncle Shat a lot. Bharat is astonished when Saloni gives him a kiss. In the meantime, Beena is terrified for her baby boy's well-being because she knows that Kaileen might return. When Devdutta encounters Kaileen, he attempts to persuade him to take the medication so he can recover. According to Kaileen, he is unable to move on from the death of his son. Following Shat's passing, Devdutta informs Kaileen that he, too, is in the same situation. When Devduta says that Shat was a prodigal son to him, Bharat listens to him with fear. Devduta goes on to say that the Mana and Shat perished so quickly because they were unworthy of the kingdom. Golu discovers that Sharad has been visiting Bihar frequently. She requests that the informant monitor Sharad's whereabouts. Following Mana's passing, Madhuri grants Sharad permission to grow opium on the land that is registered in her name. Before Anand can harvest from the opium fields, he asks Sharad to make arrangements for 50 million rupees. In their conversation, Sharad tells Lala that it will take some time for him to be released from prison. Through Lala's connections, Sharad requests assistance from her in selling the opium he has been gathering, promising to split the proceeds equally. Jerawa is a prisoner, and Ramakant fears for his life. But he finds out that Jerawa was attempting to escape from prison after being falsely arrested. In order to get out of jail, Jerawa begs Ramakant to submit a mercy petition on his behalf. Ramakant requests that Dimpy submit the petition on his behalf to the local goon. When Vasudha arrives to see Ramakant, he begs him to stand up for himself in court. Ramakant informs the court the following day that he killed SSP Maurya, a police officer, in order to protect his son. When the prosecution tries to refute the accusation, the court says he would allow Ramakant an opportunity to explain his side of the story. When Dubey first meets Madhuri, she provides a way to lessen the harm that trying to kill Guddu will inflict. At the end of the episode, she asks the policeman to lie under oath. The review of the episode. This episode establishes that Bharat was the victim of the twins' altercation. Shat is making every effort to persuade his family now that he is living Bharat's life. Although it appears that his mother Geeta is aware of his deception, she is prepared to keep it a secret. Madhuri and Sharad's alliance, however, is most likely going to prevent Guddu from managing the drug trade properly. Since Sharad is already enlisting Lala's assistance in the transaction, I wonder if Golu will be able to obtain the narcotics from their client and carry on with the enterprise. Madhuri seems intent on keeping her dignity intact in front of the press, but I question whether she made the correct choice in putting her trust in Sharad to assist her. It appears that Ramakant will represent himself in court, so perhaps we get to see him this season.